We also may want to schedule some heaters. So I'm going to show you how to set a program now. Let's look at the heaters upstairs. I've got a 1500 watt panel here. The 3 lines there, little heating icon is not illuminated because the heater's not in heating mode. If it was, this orange one, that will be illuminated in orange. If I clicked this, that is how I can turn the heater off. By clicking that again, I can turn the heater on. The icon here in the middle denotes which operating mode the heater is currently in. I'm running this heater in program mode right now. And if I click the little settings wheel at the top and I scroll down to the bottom, I can see the schedule for this heater. Monday to Friday, this heater will be turning on in the morning at 8:20 to 19 degrees as its set point, and then at 6:15, this heater will be set point 5 degrees. Now it will not revert back to heating mode unless it dropped below 5 degrees in that space, which it's never going to do. So the heater's essentially off. Now, Saturday, Sunday, if I wanted to add some intervals, that's where I would do that. At present, there's no intervals set for this schedule. It is purely going to remain Monday to Friday. Today is Friday. This heater will not be turning on again until Monday morning after 6:15 p.m. tonight. It will stay at that 5 degree point. If I wanted to edit the schedule, I can click my pencil icon at the bottom. Then you can see the different types of schedules at the top. You can change that to your liking. Daily will let you change the schedules for every single day of the week. You can do home most of the time, which will just replicate the same intervals every single day. It won't distinguish between the days of the week. We have the working week, which is the most suitable for here at the showroom because we operate during normal business hours during the week. If you'd like to duplicate a schedule, click Duplicate Schedule at the top, and then you can select any number of heaters to have that schedule replicated for. So if I wanted the other upstairs heaters, which I've got titled as upstairs, you do need to click Save, otherwise it will not register. Let's go back. It's also worth noting, if I would like to change the schedule of a heater, it does need to be on. If the heater is off and not operating at all, it will only give me the time interval and it won't let me change the temperature setting. So that's worth noting. When you're editing your schedule, the heater will need to be on. It doesn't necessarily need to be in heating mode, but it just needs to be on. Now, I've got this heater set up on its regularly scheduled program to be 22 degrees from 8:30 in the morning until 7 o'clock at night when it turns off to its 5 degree set point. You may notice that it's actually 23 degrees in here. So now the program does not turn the heater on. If I wanted to override any of the programs for any temporary period of time, I can click timer mode, and timer mode will allow me to deviate from the schedule for up to 9 hours. For the amount of time that you set, let's go 1 hour. You can then change the set point. So if I wanted to have my own little hot yoga studio in here, I could turn it on to 30 degrees. It will remain at 30 for 1 hour, and then it will revert back to its program mode once that timer has elapsed. Manual mode is the other option to run the heaters. If I went to any of the heaters that are programmed. I can see the calendar icons displayed there. If I changed this manually, let's go 22. Interrupt its regularly scheduled programming. You can see here we have the hand icon denoting that this one has been manually adjusted. This will not revert back to its programmed time unless you revert it back yourself through the application. It will persist heating at that manually set point. So if you did want to deviate from your schedule, say if I wasn't going to be using this room, I could say I'm going out for 4 hours, and for those 4 hours, I'm going to keep the heater at 5 degrees. And after 4 hours, it will revert back and turn on to its schedule again. You can get quite granular with how you're running the heaters here. If you have a fairly consistent schedule, you can set it up to your liking per day, per degree, per minute through the settings in the back end. I'm going to put this back before I forget. So it's back to its programmed